Yo, what's up, gamers? What's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Down One, and I am back with another video. I apologize. My phone got real hot. I don't know why it got real hot, but it shut down the stream. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm reporting breaking news. This is coming from Bleacher Report, as well as ESPN.com and Yahoo Sports. The Clippers agreed in a trade with the Rockets, and the Clippers are going to give up Chris Paul, and Paul is going to opt in on his final year of his contract to make this deal work. And the Rockets are going to send to the Clippers Patrick Beverley and Lou Williams, and I forgot the other player, and a 2018 first-round pick. That pick is probably going to be either from the 1 or the 5, depending on how far the Houston Rockets advance as far as the playoffs go. Okay. Now, what I was saying in my last stream before I got interrupted is, like I said, this deal is pretty much telling you guys in a nutshell that what direction Jerry West is going with the LA Clippers. He's going to have a defensive-oriented team. I apologize for the live stream. I'm just going to go ahead and make that out. He's going to have a defensive-oriented team, and that's one of the ways you can possibly stop the Golden State Warriors, that juggernaut out there in the West. And I think he realizes, and I just don't figure out why a lot of GMs don't figure this out, that, you know, you can't beat the Golden State Warriors by trying to outshoot them. You're going to have to apply defensive pressure, make them work on the offensive end to get to their spots, because the Golden State Warriors, they're a team that likes to feel comfortable with their shot selections. They don't want to feel rushed and all that stuff, because you're dealing with shooters over there with the Golden State Warriors. So we see the direction where Jerry West is going with this trade. Now, as far as the Houston Rockets go, they're going to be depleted on the their bench, and they're going to be so much limited on the offensive end. But you still have a veteran that is Chris Paul. You finally got a traditional point guard, a big point guard in Chris Paul, and he's going to be running the offense. And James Harden is going to go back to his natural position, which was the 2. And I feel like Chris Paul can make this work, okay? Now, Chris Paul can also make the other players around the Houston Rockets a lot better as well, okay? And maybe with this deal, Chris Paul can advance to the next phase in the next round of the playoffs as far as the Houston Rockets go. Now, when you're talking about what this means for Blake Griffin, well, of course, Blake Griffin is going to re-sign with the Houston Rockets, and they're going to have a defensive-oriented team between Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and Patrick Beverley. And Lou Williams, he's probably going to be either a 6-man, or they're going to try to position him in the starting lineup if they keep Jamal Crawford. Now, Jamal Crawford is normally the Houston Rockets' 6-man. Okay, so now you got those 2 individuals, and this also means that they're going to probably re-sign JJ Redick. Because they're going to need offense somehow, some way. Okay, when you lost Chris Paul and you had Lob City at is pinnacle, Chris Paul put players in the right position. He really utilized DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan started getting touches. Blake Griffin as well, and JJ Redick, particularly in the 3-point game, is one of their best lethal 3-point shooters. Okay, now what this means for the Clippers as far as a point guard, well, Patrick Beverley, like I said, he's probably going to be starting. And Patrick Beverley, when you look at Patrick Beverley's skills on the point guard versus Chris Paul, you see a drop-off, okay? There's no way around it. You see a huge drop off between Patrick Beverley and Chris Paul. Okay, so that's what's going on with this trade, and I think this trade is going to be very beneficial to not only the Houston Rockets, but to the LA Clippers. This is a trade that both parties are going to reap the rewards out of. This trade can possibly, if and well, it's not an if, Chris Paul with the Rockets, I think this trade can finally position the Rockets to advance further in the playoffs. And when you're talking about the Clippers, they're being defensive oriented. This trade indicates to me that they're thinking about defense. They're not necessarily thinking about scoring a lot. Okay, so I think that trade can also to advance the Clippers to the next round of playoffs. But we're just going to have to wait and see. I think this is a good trade for both parties. This is the first time. Normally when you deal with trades, one side reaps the rewards or nobody get any type of rewards from doing a trade. But with this particular trade, both of these groups, both of these clubs are going to benefit the most from this trade. Now there are some downsides to this trade. With the Clippers, you don't have a traditional point guard. You're not too sure about Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is good as a defensive presence, but as far as running a team, we'll have to wait and find out until the beginning of the NBA season. And what this means, and when you're talking about the Houston Rockets, they don't have a bench. They can possibly go 6 deep, maybe 7 deep. And that's fine, but when you're dealing with the Golden State Warriors, they can go 13 deep, okay? I'm pretty sure the Rockets are not done adding more pieces. I'm pretty sure they're going to add more caliber players in the start of free agency later on this week. Andre Iguodala, that's probably one individual that they're probably looking at that it can pull away from the Golden State Warriors. That's probably a possibility. Unbelievable. I know, unbelievable. And then on the Clippers side of things, we already know their situation. Financially, they can't really add big name pieces. They can probably add a player here and there, but they can sign JJ Redick to a good contract, and they can also sign Blake Griffin to a good contract as well. So they can still keep their core pieces, but like I said, Jerry West, he's probably the magic elixir. I mean, he's done wonderful things with the LA Lakers, got them to a title contender. He went to Golden State, got them also to a title contender. And who knows what he's going to do with the the LA Clippers, I'm sorry. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much what went down. Breaking news. The Clippers agreed in principle to a trade to send Chris Paul to the Rockets, and the Rockets are going to give to the Clippers 3 players plus a draft pick. Okay, so that's what's going on as far as NBA goes. Now, what does this mean for Paul George? I'm sorry, his name escaped me. Okay, Paul George, and what this also means for LeBron James. Now, there is some news circling around Cleveland that Dan Gilbert and LeBron James, they are not meeting eye to eye on what direction the Cleveland Cavaliers should go. Dan Gilbert stated for the record that he has some deals in place to make this team better, but however, he wants LeBron James to sign a longer extension. He just don't want to be in the same situation he was several years ago, and LeBron James walks and you get nothing from him, okay? And LeBron James is basically saying, for the record, he is not sure about giving Dan Gilbert a longer extension. He kind of wants to wait and see and hope for things to play out. Now, if LeBron James leave, okay, at the end of this season, Does that mean with this deal that they just did that LeBron James will possibly go to the LA Clippers, even though he indicated that he's not really fond of the LA Clippers and he really preferred the purple and gold with the LA Lakers because of his relationship with Magic Johnson, okay? But we are dealing with Jerry West. Jerry West is overseeing the future of the LA Clippers, and maybe his opinion has changed since not only Steve Ballmer owns the LA Clippers, but you got Jerry West in the front office, and Doc Rivers is a pretty good darn coach, okay? So you got all of those things playing in the background. Maybe maybe with this move, and if they add the right pieces to the LA Clippers, maybe this would be an attractive team when LeBron James become a free agent next year, okay? But that's later on down the road. We don't know what's going on that standpoint. But as far as of right now, Paul George, maybe the Clippers can swing a deal where they can get Paul George to the Clippers, or they can get Carmelo Anthony, okay? Now, Carmelo Anthony has been rumored in a lot of trade possibilities in the trade deadlines of last season, okay? And maybe those, maybe they can spark some of that trade speculation back up again with the New York Knicks and the LA Clippers. But with the recent news this morning of Phil Jackson being fired from the New York Knicks, I don't know if James Dolan is ready and willing to give away Carmelo Anthony or trade away Carmelo Anthony if Carmelo Anthony doesn't actually want to go, okay? Now, they're also stating that the Spurs also wanted Chris Paul in the worst way, and I made several videos telling you guys I just didn't see Chris Paul fitting in well with the Spurs, okay? That was just my opinion. I just thought they would have problems along the way. But with him with the Rockets, then all he has to worry about is running the offense, okay? That's basically all Chris Paul has to do from that type of standpoint. And I think Chris Paul trading to the Rockets, that's a huge plus for them, okay? But that's all I have to say. If anybody else got anything else to say, I'm about to end this live stream. But to just let you guys know what has been transpiring. Once again, I apologize earlier. My phone, I don't know what happened to my phone, okay? It is what it is. So I got it back on and popping. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, please. Notification gang, hit that notification bell, that notification icon, so it'll let you know when my next live stream or video is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom 1, and I am out. Deuces, guys.